Hello. This is another YouTube video. I'm now a bit bald. I've been in Japan for about a month now. Yeah, the main part of my time here. Uh, I think I don't know. I'll make a comment on the end whether or not it was positive or negative. Probably it's positive, but I've come to really. I came very close multiple times to my fear of failure. I think the amount of times I've said the word failure and someone's gone to me like, no, you haven't failed. But I don't know, I keep on using the word failure. But yeah, in the basic sense of not getting what one wants, that has been a constant scourge of my time here in a way. But I wasn't really paying too much attention to what I want, so yeah, no wonder. Yeah, so the big one I think is, as always, I fell in love with a girl. Yeah, would have guessed. I fell in love with a girl. It was really sweet, to be honest. And it was positive. Yeah, if one is looking through the trying your best lens. I genuinely tried my best. I was genuinely quite wise. When I say try my best, I didn't try my best to win her over. I tried my best to make myself and her not suffer. You know. Yeah, well, your best only gets so far. Yeah, your best only does so much, and that's okay. Yeah, that was really big. At day 6 on a meditation retreat, I just finished the third meditation, and I was like, "Gary, I'm really gonna push it this time. I'm gonna show that I can sit for longer." Because for the past 6 days, my meditation being it being okay by normal standards, it'd been good, but by my hate body standards, it not been good enough. So I was like, I'm really gonna fucking push it now. No pain, no gain. You know, a good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good is the better and the better is the best. You know. So I pushed it. And I failed. I set up the goal and I failed. I was pissed for seeing myself. You know. Uh, I was screaming at myself internally. Why can't you just do it? It's just pain. Try harder. Push harder. You know. What are you if you can't get what you want? What's the fucking point of existence if you can't even get what you want? And then it kind of dawned on me a bit that I don't have the energy to push harder because I don't actually know what I want. To sit for 2 hours or to sit for an hour and a half, is that it? No, it's obviously not. So no wonder I couldn't muster up the energy. I don't fucking know what I want. And so, I realized this and I was like, you know what? I tried at something and I failed, to reach it. But that doesn't matter, I tried. I gave it my best shot. And that is all I can do. And then the inside was like, it is not your best if it's not good enough. I can do better. I can do better. Hand me the reins one more time, and I'll show you what I can make you do. Well, the reins have been in their hand the whole time, and I was not doing well at all. Probably, one would say fucking miserable. I gave them the reins. They drive me into the ground. And so I was like, no, that was your best, young folk, and you failed. That was your best, and you failed. So, give me a bit of a, give me loving acceptance, Keelan. Give me a shot. I'll show. Let me see what I can do. No! One more time! That was not my best. Because if it was my best, it would have been enough. The way I imagine it is like my 8-year-old self. I think I wonder when it developed. I think it was like when I was 8-ish. I liked a girl in my primary school. Yeah, and I remember there was a race amongst all the boys. And I didn't win. I think I got like 4 for some shit. Better than most, but I didn't win. I think she was disappointed. I remember, well, at least it's my perspective. I remember feeling ashamed. I wasn't fast enough. Yeah, that's an early one, I think. It was that Keelan there. He was inside the cage. It's like an ape in a cage, and he's on fire. They're trying to escape. For their dear life. He was screaming, man, screaming so loud. I don't know how to be so loud as my own head. He was screaming. And I was like, setting him ablaze with the light of my loving kindness. I was like, it's okay. You're not the fastest. No! I want the girl. I want X, Y, Z. And to do that, I must be the fastest. I must be. So, but you ain't, young folk. Or you ain't. I felt very peaceful after that. I didn't remember those next meditations. I think I just sat. I just sat down. It's just fine. I remember thinking it was like the meditation of the ember. I just felt like I was burnt up embers, just like in a slight wind. Every now and again a wind would pass and I'd flare up a bit, but I'd let myself simmer back down. And and I sat, not extinguished, but just releasing a small amount of heat, resting. I got to make a wish. I can do the whole same story. I got there. We did the whole pilgrimage thing to a Buddha statue. At the end of the retreat, I wanted to offer incense, and then the nun just said, "By the way, you get to make a wish here, And so like the back of my head, you should wish for true love. That's what I want. I want true love. That's it. It's all I need is true love. And then they say I was listening to them. I was like, okay. I didn't believe them. I didn't believe what they were saying. That this, if I got true love, I'd be happy. I was like, maybe. And they noticed this. They noticed I was unsure. They were demanding to be heard. They were screaming and shouting, "Listen to me! Listen to me!" So I was like, okay. And my mind was kind of blank, apart from the screaming. My intention was, I got there, picked up the incense, blessed it, and I was like, I wish, in all my lives, past, present, and future, I will help everyone around me to the best of my ability, and become a Buddha. That's what I said. I just came. Yeah, so that's if it was to be a reason to live, that'd be it. To help myself and everyone around me all the time. Yeah, the mind hated that one. They thought stupid. But they were a bit too tired. It was nap time for them by that point. They were tired. Oh. I've always liked, back in the day I used to love Undertale, and there's this like song remix called "Stronger Than You." It was based off the Steven Universe song, the Garnet vs Jasper fight. I rewatched it, and I kind of and obviously and we cringe here, back to the 13-year-old self. I imagine I related to the song, It was kind of my loving kindness versus my visceral hatred, My visceral hatred's really strong, but my loving kindness is a bit stronger, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And as the Steven Universe song, as the most Steven Universe song, that's not just a strong new one. I listen to "It's Over, Isn't It?" and "Do It for Her." I really fuck with Pearl, man. I've really been liking Pearl, bro. What a based character, you know. It's like I'm gonna talk about Pearl for the next 15 minutes. So Steven Universe spoilers for those who don't hear it, So I've only watched the one, so I might miss some bits, but pearls are designed to like serve their diamond, and so she was Pink Diamond's pearl, you know. Well, Pink Diamond went rogue. She wanted to break down the social order, and Pearl, being her pearl, followed her, you know. But Pink Diamond let her know. She was like, I don't expect you to continue to fight for me, and to, it's like, I'm letting you be free, And she was like, with my freedom, I want to serve you. There's nothing more I want to do than to serve you. And so Pink Diamond accepted, and she fought in her wars, And I love that there's a scene. This is playing to my meditations when I was failing my meditations. There's a scene where they're describing Pearl back in the day. She would throw herself over and over, and enemies much stronger than her, but she would fight and die and fight and die and fight and die. Where did her energy come from? the freedom to choose her own love. She deeply loved her so much, you know. There's and so in the "Do It For Her" song, you know, there's and you'll do it for her, and you'll do it for him, and you'll do it again, for you know that you can win. Yeah. Yeah. This is no good part. I don't know the musical build up. It's like on the battlefield and everything's da 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 da. Yeah, it's like think of the life you'll have after the war. You know, and it's basically, you know, what kept her going was the future. You know, she imagined her life for Pink Diamond, Rose Quartz, the life they'd have after the war. If she just fought hard enough, she would attain the future she wants, the one she loves. So she fought and she won. You know, she won. She eviscerated the enemies. You know, the strongest of them all. Whenever you know the joke is, Pink Diamond fell in love with a guy. You know, fucking retard, dumb bitch. She fell in love with a guy, and she I don't know. This is where the joke comes in. Because she never made Pearl. She didn't make her do any of that. She never, she never expected her to fight for her. She never made her do it. So she owed nothing to Pearl, you know. And because she owed nothing, you know, nothing made her stay. She didn't love her like she loved Greg Universe. And so she went off with him, leaving Pearl behind. You know. And she fucking became Steven Universe and just disappeared like that from her life, you know, leaving her, you know, in the fucking dust, man. Imagine she's on some random fucking planet, you know, this random fucking baby, you know, random fucking people. You know, all she gave everything. She got fucking nothing in return. Because she had the freedom to choose. She chose it. She could have just turned back any time. But she couldn't help but be in love with her. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, it's my little tangent about Pearl. Kind of fuck up Pearl. Yeah. Yeah, it goes back anyway. So if the girl I liked, anyway, I forgot how much I've even mentioned because it's intertwined with the Pearl story now in my fucking head. You know. Yeah, so I liked her. I fell in love with her. I think. You know, it's interesting. I was really trying to check because she was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, I'm looking around. I'm pretty sure it's there. What else is this feeling? You know. Yeah, I remember similar contexts of girls. I've felt this before. Yeah, but yeah, so same joke for me. You know, it's like you know, for anyone who falls in love, you know, it's like one can't choose. You know, it's like you can't choose to like them, and they can't choose to not like you back. You know, because the joke is the girl didn't like me back. Obviously, that's why I'm fucking whining. You know, and that's how it is. There's you know, the mind wants to create stories about like right or wrong, and you know, wants to like moralize it. I don't know, fucking Nietzsche or some shit. There's no right or wrong. It's just how it is. You know, there's just the outcome. There's just this. One has a desire. You know, one has different desires. They clash. It's just how it is. You know, there's literally no mechanism by which you can make someone love you, and therefore, if it doesn't work out, that's the only way. You can try your best. You can say the things. You know, I think for me, I had a very implicit assumption that like if I could show them how much I cared, they'd be like, "Wow, that's so impressive." But that wasn't true. That's not how the world works. I think. You know, I have no idea how it works, but it's not just that. You know, there's a yeah. It'd be nice if it's just like if people were impressed by how much you love them. You know, you'd be like, I have, you know, but that's just not how it works, as far as I could tell. Yeah. So you know, you try for yourself. Not easy. Not easy. But it was nice, and she was saying some very like correct things. You know, making me mature. You know, stop being a fucking baby. Yeah. And then yeah, and then like there have been points during it where I've actually accepted that I've tried my best, and I've actually stopped suffering during those moments. It's been quite nice. It's possible. It's fucking possible. They speak of it. I tried my best, and then that's imagine that being enough. Imagine that being enough all the time. Holy shit! No one of these people go off to the fucking mountains to sit. Holy shit! What a feeling to actually have done enough. Oh. I remember back in the day of the boys in Prague. It's actually this you know, yeah, it's kind of a joke because like the last time I've been this miserable was when I had my fight with Barney, and this is just before that fight with Barney. I remember we sat in a circle and was each saying, "Well, what's our greatest trait? What do we like most about ourselves?" You know, and I kind of thought for a while. I was like, I really like my strength, and not like physical, not like a, you know, no. The deepest of inner strength. Yeah, and he agreed. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good one." I was like, oh, okay. And then I got tested, hard style. But I prevailed quite nicely. Every time that I've been put to the test, I've done exactly what I would dream of doing. And the joke is, I never. It's always too late until that time. I need to realize that I need to be proud of myself. Because when I'm proud of myself, I get the energy to continue doing these things. You know, it doesn't come from fucking nowhere. You know. Well, every time it's mattered, I've always stepped up. Every time, no matter how much it hurt. You know, that's pretty strong, isn't it? You know, and maybe if maybe my friends come out a counter example, we'll see. But no, at least from my point of view, you know, well, yeah, I definitely failed it. Obviously, I'm not perfect. But for me, the few ones where it really mattered, I really did try. And where did they come from? Wanting to reduce suffering in myself and others. And when I know someone's suffering, I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it. You know. I remember asking my Zen teacher this, and I remember saying to him, I was like, "What does one do with hatred of suffering?" I said it, and he's like, I think I don't think we're on the same wavelength for that at that time. But like, I don't think you know how much. I don't know what. You know, I really hate it. Bleh. Right. Well, yeah, but it was nice, like you know, I think I've genuinely improved that guy's life. You know, that's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's enough. I remember telling you one day about history, or why I like history. So I give this little story very quickly. I got 3 minutes left. You know, shall I? Yeah. I think you probably is. It's because Admiral Yi Sun Shin of the Korean Navy. He was a nobleman who wanted to be in the army. You know, and I'll summarize it. But he spent his entire life getting betrayed by the country that he is fighting to protect. You know, the Japanese invaded Korea, in the 1600s or something like that, and he was the only one. Maybe I'm biased. He's the only one who had an actual plan to defend the country. And every time he started succeeding, his officers got jealous of him, and so they demoted him, and he started to lose, and it caused suffering. And every time, no matter what they did, every time they asked him to come back and save them, he didn't feel any pride. He didn't like. He just did what had to be done. He saved them, and then he kicked them out, and he saved them again, and he kept on saving them. It didn't matter what the outcome was. It didn't matter if they thanked him. He kept on saving them again and again and again. Why did he do that? Because he loved them. You know? Yeah, he actually loved them, not this wobbly thing. He actually loved them, and so he did it. And then in the final battle, his Chinese allies, they were getting attacked at overwhelming numbers. You know, and his plan, he always stayed far back, very tactical. His boats had longer range guns. But when he saw his allies in danger, he went in. He went in, and he saved them again. And then he died. He died at the last battle. You never saw the cheering crowds. Yeah, never did. In his heart, he knew. He'd given his best, and that was enough. It didn't matter. So there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Nice to see you all. See you around.